Yo, what's going on, man? Back at it. I'm trying to be more consistent with these videos. I'm gonna start pushing out these videos a lot more now. So, I was at work today, and I didn't smoke today at all. I didn't smoke. I really didn't smoke at all. I've been sober, and I wasn't listening to music. When I'm at work, I listen to music, but I notice when I'm not high, the music don't hit like that. And basically, I was on YouTube. I was watching podcasts. I found this new podcast I really like. It's called Grits and Eggs. And I like to watch content more from black people. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not racist or anything like that, but I like to hear people that look like me, sound like me, come from a background like me, speak on things. No offense. That's just me. And they were talking about, the black community and how, I forgot what it was. I think it was either that Carmelo Anthony situation, and it was something else they were talking about, but it had me thinking of, it basically had me thinking of, like, me as a black man, and it's like, I feel like, I think it was something about stereotypes, something like that. And it's like, I noticed that, oh, you know what it was? I know exactly what it was. It was like that black people have to have a higher standard. That's what it was. Black people have to have a higher standard when it comes to business and how they handle themselves and how they look at themselves. That's exactly what it was. Okay, that's what it was. And it had me thinking, because the way that I was raised, I came up from a 2-parent household. I had my mom, my father in my life. They're Caribbean immigrants. I'm first generation. My parents, they immigrated here, and they raised me in a certain way. They wanted me to be a successful man. I went to private school for 9 years, but then I switched. I switched to public school when I went to 10th grade. And I remember that, I ain't gonna lie, private school I was getting clowned on because of where I came from. My town where I'm from in Long Island, doesn't have the greatest reputation. So I was getting clowned on there. Or I didn't have enough money to buy this and buy that and have the latest things. I didn't have that. I wasn't poor, but I wasn't spoiled. And then when I went to public school, kids thought that I came from money. And it's like, I don't come from money. It's just that my parents kind of just, they're frivolous with their money. They're not frivolous. They're frugal with their money. And it's like, when I came to the school, I used to get clowned on because I sounded proper. If you were black and you go, people expect you to be a certain way, and it's like, I didn't fit that status quo. I wasn't an athlete. I didn't smoke weed in high school. I smoked weed after. So I wasn't into that. I wasn't the dude who was having sex with all these girls. I didn't fit that status quo. Back then, I wanted to go to college and graduate and leave. So I was getting clowned on for that. And I noticed that after high school, when I met the friends I have now, and I got more in tune with things, it's like, I wanted to fit the stereotype of the black kid, So when I went to college, I went out there and I noticed that I started to change. I don't know if it was the weed or what, but I started to change, and I started to want to sell weed and do this, and I noticed I started talking with more slang and all that. And then when I came home, that's when I really got involved with certain things and, being outside more and whatnot. And it's like, they were right. that black people need to raise their standards of life, because it's like I had a higher standard of life that my parents wanted me to have, and I lowered my standards to impress people. And now I'm getting back to where my parents was trying to get me at. So I'm raising my standards again, and I'm raising my vibrations, because I noticed that, like, and this is not me, it's a lot of black people that don't fit that hood, trying to be a nigga mentality. You want to have sex with all the women, you want to play sports and be a rapper and an athlete and all of that. You don't have to be that. And it's crazy because I was trying to be that. When I was in high school, I tried out for the high school team. I didn't make it. There was a point in time, you see in my videos, I was making music. You know, I wasn't that bad at it, but I stopped because it wasn't who I am. I ain't gonna lie, I went out there and I was, I was selling some, nothing crazy, but, I was out there selling me a little weed, trying to be down. And it's like, that's not who I am. I'm an intellect. I'm very smart. I could hit you with the slang. I could do all that. I could be on the block. I could do all those type of things. But really who I am, in my mind and my heart, is I'm a smart man, bro. I could really speak with intellect. I can use words that have more than 3 syllables in them. I'm very smart. My SAT score was like 13 something. I didn't even really try. Over here, we have to take what you call Regents. I passed the Regents with flying colors. I took the Regents test, the history Regents test, because that was my favorite subject. You have to be in the classroom for 2 hours. You have to be in there. You are required by law to be in the classroom for 2 hours. I finished the test in an hour. Everybody was still stressing how to do it. I was done in an hour, and I took a nap for the other, and I went home on some chill shit. So, and that's who I am. And I guess that was part of me finding myself, was getting back to who I really am, which is that. It's like, I'm an intellectual person. And I can't believe I kind of lowered myself to impress others, impress women and all of that. Because I didn't think it was cool. It was crazy. When I was younger, I used to go to the summer camp too, in my hood. And it was the same kind of thing. And I remember one of the counselors was like, yo, what's your talent? Like, what you like? And like, I don't know. I was like, I'm good at school. And he tried telling me, yo, that's a talent. I'm like, nah, that's not no talent. Because it's like being smart, you don't get praised for that in the hood. You don't get praised for that when you're black. This was my whole life. In private school too. The white kids used to clown me because I wasn't athletic. I didn't play sports. I just didn't do it. My parents didn't put me in sports. They didn't have time. They didn't have the money. Like it just wasn't my thing. Like I had a hoop in front of my house, but I just didn't care for it. Like I had a ball and I played around, but like I just was in the house, like playing with Legos and stuff. Like that's what I love. Was being alone and like just learning. I used to watch a lot of History Channel, National Geographic, the Science Channel. I used to love that. Even YouTube, I watch educational shows. Like that's what I love. I love to learn, bro. Learning is like, I'm not a big reader. I'm trying to get into reading, but I don't know what it is about learning. I love learning, bro. Like my mind is just different. And he was right when it comes to raising your standards. And that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm raising my standards in life. So, it's just funny to watch that and to think of it. Because I don't know. I like to do my own research and I like to apply it to my own life. And when I watch videos like that and podcasts like that, it had me thinking like, yo, they right. And, to anyone out there like that, like, if you black people, we're very gifted. Like, and it doesn't have to just be sports, entertainment, and rapping. It's crazy. I can do all of them. I've just been tapping into playing like basketball. I'm actually kind of getting up there with it. Like I'm not that bad. I just didn't really try. I have a good body for my, for what I am. Like, I guess I have the genetics for that. I was rapping. I was getting somewhere with rapping. Like deadass, I was getting somewhere with that. When it comes to women, I can get women. I have that build that women like. I can do it. But that's not who I am. I'm a low-key person. I like being to myself and getting my money and learning new things. And, I love that. Like, I'm here right now. I'm by the water. this is what I enjoy doing, bro. Just sitting down and looking at the water, bro. Just, you know, just being at peace. I never been that kid who was always out trying to be around people and all of that. I was never that kid. I was never the kid who wanted all the girls. Like, I was never that kid, bro. I was always like just like quiet, but I could be around you, but you know, and just go home and just do me. That was what I love to do. So it's just funny watching that. And you know, he's right. You know, you need to raise your standards. I go for everybody, no matter what race you are, man or woman. Raise your standards. I used to get clowned on for having high standards, bro, because I don't want to have sex with this girl and that girl, so I'm getting clowned for that. I get clowned for a lot of stuff now. You know, when I don't know, it's crazy. It's like when you black and you try to do the right thing, you get clowned for that. But when you try to live by the stereotype, you get... It's crazy. Like, it's really crazy. Like, and I can tell, like, you know, in the community and in the world, like, people are brainwashed. You know, they're brainwashed. I think, you know, a lot of, you know, I guess black people. I'll speak on black people because I'm black. I think a lot of black people in the community, they're brainwashed. I see it in a lot of people that I came up with. It's like you're brainwashed into thinking that the only way you can make it out of here is through rapping, trapping, or an athlete, or an entertainer. There's a lot of ways to get it, bro. I've seen people in colleges who ready to get their degree drop out to be a rapper. Athletes, NBA, all-time all-stars, making millions. You know who I'm talking about, want to be gangsters. Little kids out here wearing shiesty masks and all of that, trying to be gangster, trying to be down. You pick up a blunt because you want to be down, because you feel that's what you're supposed to do. You have sex with all these girls because you feel that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to do those things. I'm not gonna lie. And I've done those things. And let me tell you something, it don't bring you no good. I had to learn that. It don't bring me no good. And I realized, like, I was a lot more happier when I was younger and I was doing just me. And I used to just be home. This is what I used to do. I used to be at home. I used to be downstairs in the basement with the TV down there on all day. I used to watch, no lie, I used to watch the History Channel, the Weather Channel, National Geographic, and the Sci-Fi Channel. And I used to be downstairs doing that, playing with action figures and playing with Legos. And then I watch cartoons later on, and then I go to bed. That's all I did. And I had mad fun doing that. Like, I had a lot of fun. And the only time I wasn't happy was when kids used to come and clown me because, oh, you're black and you can't play sports? You're black and you're not fast? These were the white kids telling me this shit. And it's like, nah, my parents just didn't push that. And I used to get mad at my parents because I'm like, yo, why don't y'all ever, like, you know? And they used to tell me, like, we don't know. We just want you to go to school. Like, what you gonna do? And I'm older now. Like I said, like, I started playing basketball when I was like 8th grade. I was ass. Now I kind of see, like, I had a potential with it, I guess, but I don't want that. It's a stereotype. There's a reason why I don't rap no more, because it's a stereotype and I don't want to do it. And it's just funny to see that it is true. Like, we all as a community, I guess, as a people, we need to all raise our standards and want more. I feel like a lot of, like I said, I'm not gonna speak to everybody. I'm gonna speak. This is just for the black people. Like, a lot of black people, they're not living their true self. They're not being their true self. A lot of black people was nerds. A lot of black people was smart. And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't gotta be a rapper, trapper, athlete. You don't. If that's really you and that's your calling for real, do that. But I'm seeing a lot of people rapping, a lot of people trying to trap and sell drugs, a lot of people trying to be an athlete when that's not who you are, bro. Take it from me. Be yourself. Other races don't have this. Like, they have stereotypes. Other races have their stereotypes. But I notice, like, they're more free to be themselves. Black people were the only ones where it's like, you have to be this cookie cutter thing. And if you're not that, you're a cornball. And it's like the people that you come up with, like, they're so indoctrinated by that they believe it themselves. So, you know, it was just funny to see that. And it had me thinking, there's nothing wrong with me being a smart person, and, you know, I like being to myself, and I don't like having sex with these girls, and I don't care for sports and rapping and all of that. Nothing wrong with that. So, this is my little thought. I'm gonna start making the videos like a little shorter. I'm gonna get a laptop coming in soon too. So the ad is gonna start coming in. I'm looking in the camera, and like I said, this is me speaking my mind and showing y'all the grind. So far I'm speaking my mind, but I haven't shown y'all the grind yet. That's coming. I'm gonna show y'all the grind. I'm gonna show y'all. You know when I say drink your water and eat your fruits, I really do that every day. Every day I do that. So when I say drink your water and eat your fruits, I'm telling you from experience. I'm gonna show y'all everything. I'm gonna show y'all my grocery haul. I'm gonna show y'all my morning routine in the morning. I'm gonna show y'all what I do in the gym. I'm gonna show y'all what I do for work. In a certain context, because I don't want my job seeing me recording and, you know, all of that. So I'm gonna show y'all within context. Y'all gonna see, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna come. And I'm speaking like I have a lot of subscribers. I have 6 subscribers on here. It's cool though. It's cool. But you're gonna see. I'm learning. This is something new for me. I'm learning. I'm just putting out videos. I just want to get this started. So, you know, anyone that sees this, put a little like down there. Put a little comment down there. Share it to your friends, man. You know, I'm a real dude. I'm just out here just trying to show y'all the everyday grind of a regular dude trying to make it out here. You feel me? I'm regular, bro. Ain't nothing special about me. The only thing I think that's special about me is what's up in here. But I'm very regular. You know? And that's it. So, you know the vibes, man. It's nice outside. If you wherever you live at, if it's nice out, if it's sunny, go outside and get that sunlight. It's very good for you. Especially people with melanin in their body, it's good. And, you know, figure out what you want in your life, man. And be yourself. Nothing's better than your authentic self. Nothing beats that. I promise you. Nothing beats it, son. You know, like I always tell y'all, man, drink your water, eat your fruits, yo, deuces.